Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So, after a long break, I am back. And I want to explain shortly what happened, why I need my break. It was over the past 2 months, I've going through a tough time. My father passed away unexpectedly about 2 months ago, and this was a huge shock for my family and me. You can imagine this. And then I also underwent stomach surgery with some complications, and it was not easy. And these events required a lot of time and energy, so I needed to take a break. So it wasn't possible otherwise. Yeah, and I sincerely apologize for not being around during this period. Your support and patience have meant the world to me, believe me this. Now I am ready to return, I would say, and with renewed strength and hopefully fresh ideas. Yeah, I will try to continue like we had it before. Uh, the next thing I want to ask you is to, you please in the comments, please write me some suggestions or some requests for the next tutorials because I again I had a list with wishes and requests and all the things, but I I'm not sure if this is still uh, up to date because we have a lot new features and a lot new tools in the new Cinema 4D versions. And yeah, let's see what we can do. Give me some requests, please, and yeah, and I try to help. I try to do whatever I can. As I said, I will try to return like we had it before. It isn't that easy because, yeah, I did so much, I did so many tutorials. It's over 400 tutorials, and slowly, slowly, I have no ideas anymore. And everything I see on YouTube or on Instagram or so, I did everything already. And yeah, but anyways, I want to continue. So yeah, I know I speak a lot now, but I just wanted to explain why I needed my break, and it was really important for me. Okay, so I would say we start, and let's see what we do today. Let's go to cinema. So now I want to show you what we will do today, and I got a request from a patron, from one of my few remaining patrons, but I understand it because now I had a longer break, and the patrons don't wait. That's normal. That's okay. So, but maybe they will come back. We will see. Yeah, the request was something from Rolands Zilvinskis, and yeah, I recommend to follow his channel here. And he has some really nice animations and things here. And we do today. The request was this one here. So let's play it. Yep. And yeah, the patron he wrote me he needs it quite urgent, and so yeah, I planned to start with the tutorials again in a week or two, but let's start now. This should be quite simple, I think. So my first idea is here. I didn't try it, but my first idea is simply make a plane and deform the plane, and on the deformed plane we clone this tubes here, and this rollover thing. This should be quite easy looping animation. So yeah, let's try it. So let's go to cinema. You see, I'm in 2025.0.2, And yeah, this should be the newest version. And yeah, let's start. I start with a simple plane here. And bring this. The size, how big do we think? Let's go here 3 times this 400. Okay. Somehow my keyboard here is wiggling. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, now it's better. And okay, we have 3 times the width, so we need the width segments 3 times as well. That we get nice quads here everywhere. But these are, I think they are too big. Let's make the doubled. So 60 by 20 here. Yeah, that looks nice. And now I want to clone a pipe, a tube in the middle of each polygon. The polygon size is here, let's see, 20. So 420 times 20 is 400. So we should have here the 20 by 20. So let's make a tube, and with the outer radius of 10 we should be fine. Okay, now we don't see it because we're not in the middle of the... So let's clone this tube. I select the tube, hold my Alt key selected, pressed, and go to the cloner. And the cloner will become a parent. And we clone on an object. And the object, of course, is our plane here. Let's go to multi-instances so we can work faster. I don't want to clone on the surface. I want to clone on polygon center map. And you see the transformation is not correct. This should be the R. 90 degrees. Perfect. It's the first time I think I chose the right one here. Okay. That's so far so good. But I want this edge here, the upper edge here on the height with the plane. So I go to my tube. We have a nice capsule here. So this is with Shift C. I bring in the commander and want the axis tool, geometry axis tool here. I hold my Shift key and double click on it, so it becomes a child of the tube. And you see, now we can change easily the axis of this here. This is nice. One of my favorite things here. Good. The next step is we don't need any height segments here. So, let's hide the cloner for now and make that the deformation of the plane. For this, I make a cylinder along the z-axis. Make it here something like it should be longer than the width of the plane. So of course, and don't need here anything. Maybe here I give it some more segments because then we get a nicer deformation normally. And I think let's go to 20 for now in the radius. Okay, and I want that this cylinder deforms our plane. So then let's make the height here 500. So we have nice even numbers. Now I go to my plane and I want to use a collision deformer here. I hold my Shift key with the plane selected, so the collision deformer becomes a child of the plane. And yeah, we could do this with vertex maps, fields, whatever, but I think the collision will work quite well here. If not, we can try other things. So in the collision, the collider should be my cylinder here. It started to work, but I don't want it intersect, I want it on the outside. Okay, that looks nice, but it's a little soft, this whole thing. So let's go to the collision, advanced. Good stiffness. Yeah, we can go to 100. I don't want this much relax to stretch. I want nothing. Or maybe one. But we can change this later on. This steps does not matter because we don't have here any stretch thing. Okay. But I want this sharper more or less. So first of all, I increase the size here so that let's go to 2 or 3. I change nothing. In the collision deformer, it's mostly to have to move the collider to see the size changing. So when I go to the cylinder, move it a little bit. Yeah, you see now it works. Let's go to the cylinder, and I have here 2 attribute manager, you see. So I lock once, so I can with the cylinder I can always play here and can go here with the settings when I don't have to change everything here, the cylinder integration. When I change here, so I simply go to here and drag this. Okay. A little too much. Okay. But I want it. So let's go down with the cylinder. So that's 5 or even 10. That looks quite interesting. Okay. Of course, we could make the polygons smaller, then we get a smoother thing. But then our tubes will be too small. So I think we get a good result with this. Let's go to the collision again and advanced, and let's see what we can do here. Maybe what is the structure? Okay, flex does nothing. Very low. But I don't want to change too much here, so let's see the steps. I don't need this. Yeah, this is better. So 1 step. Now we have a nice thing here. Maybe a little more relax or no relax. Let's see later how it looks. Because I think with the relax we could get a little problem. So let's bring in the cloner here and hide the plane. So that should work quite well now when I move this. Yep, but we need a camera position where we don't see these intersections. So something like that. We make this later with the camera position and everything, but just we have this intersection here I don't like. So when I go with NA, I hide my lines here. See, we have here intersections. And in the original one, we don't see any intersections. Yeah, it's a different angle of the position, but I think we can fake here a little bit. So let's see how we could do this. When we go up with the tubes here, a little bit, 50, okay. We don't see the sections here now, but not in this camera angle. But of course now we have these intersections here. The easiest way would be now, we copy here the cylinder, hold my control key and just drag it out so I have a copy of the cylinder, and put this copy of the cylinder up to here, so that it looks that this is the original one. We can hide the first one, so that this is just for the collider. So something like that. Then I make a null object, put both of them in the null object, and I move my null object. So we intersect here. This is not what we want. Okay. Let's make the tubes real tubes and not only cylinders. So go to the tube and the inner radius, let's say 7 or so. Okay, that looks nice. And fill it, of course, with one of the. And I want some more subdivisions here that it looks a little rounder. So let's go to here and 24 maybe. We can make it 32. Because in the cloner we have activated the multi instances, so it should go very fluently, everything. So when I move this, you see that works perfect. Yeah, that is nice already. And you see, we don't see here now intersections. And we are further away here. This space here in between. And this is the same like we see here. They are further away here, and here they are very tight together. Very close together. And if I change this geometry axis, then everything is very close together. And this is the reason we get these intersections here. So, but this, I think, we can be happy with this. We can bring it down the cylinder even a little more, or we can make this second cylinder a little bigger, maybe 25 here. The little intersections we shouldn't see. I make it 24. 23, okay, 23. Oops. Let's find a nice position here for the camera. I use the normal camera, no redshift things, but now I was forced to buy redshift as well, because you cannot buy cinema without redshift. I don't know why, but I work with Octane, and I always work with Octane, and I have to buy redshift. That's super. But what shall I do? I have to obey. Good. Now the camera, activate the camera, and let's make a portrait camera here. So that looks nice. So we shouldn't see the edges here. So we have to put it somewhere. That's a business. Of course, we could make more clones. Let's make more clones here, so but I don't want to have the whole thing. I think the original one. Yeah, this is a 9x16 video. That's the reason. Good, then let's make 9x16. That should be much easier then. Go to the render settings. I have here just a viewport for now. 9x16. This is 18. 16 times 9 times 9. So now I have 9x16. Good. And when I go now close the side, now I should have no troubles to fill the whole thing here. Maybe we could make some more clones, so not much, but some more. Let's go to the plane and go to the double this also. When I double this is 800. Then I have to go here to 40, of course. And make the cylinder longer. So don't forget to take both of them. So now we have enough clones to play with, and it should still work quite fluently because of the multi-instances. Yeah, this is totally no problem, you see. Okay, back to 0 here. Oops. Back to 0. Okay, so far so good, I would say. Then let's make a protection deck here for the camera. I have it here in my toolbar. If you don't have it, go to the rigging things, and here you have protection. So I cannot move my camera anymore here. When I do this, yeah, now I can move it again. So we need more of our cylinders here. Why isn't that in the middle here? It should be in the middle. Let's make this again. So delete the null here for now. Go to this cylinder. I want it in the X at 0. And here I want this at 0 as well. And now I make a new null and put the cylinders inside here. So this is the volts. Okay. Now when I go to apps, now it's in the middle here. Nice. We need more of them, of course. So simply make more so we can copy them. I copy this volts and drag this one up here about, let's see, 400. Okay. And make another one, another copy of this. 400 in the other direction. 400. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Of course, they should work with the collider as well. So the easiest way is I could drag them here in the collider, but what's the better idea here? I could make 3 colliders and 3 of them, or we put everything in a collision, in a connect. I tried with the connect object. So I have a connect object here. I have it in my toolbar, but you will find it here as well. So somewhere here, connect. And drag all my volts. No, I don't need all the volts. I don't need the cylinders here to work. I need only the cylinders here. Is it object? When I go, I didn't try this. Lock this window here. Unlock this one. Here I have objects. Maybe I can drag the one object here and the second one and the third one. I'm not sure if it takes all of them. I guess not, but go to the collision, colliders, and take out the cylinder, bring in the connect. Yeah, it takes just one of them. Anyways, we make it a little different. Delete this one. I just need my cylinders here. Cylinder 1, cylinder, and cylinder. These are my colliders. And when I drag this 3 in a connect object, this should work then. So connect and bring the connect in the collision deformer. So let's lock this here. Connect. Oops. Yep, now we have all of these 3. And now I can simply take these 3 guys here. Delete this nulls. And bring these 3 guys with the connect in the null. So null. I could bring these 3 cylinders in a null and then this null and connect in the another null, but simply drag everything in this null here. That means when I hide the connect here, I don't see the collisions. But if I move this null now, everything works like expected. Okay. And we should be here at null. Okay, it's 0, not a null. Good, that's fine. To make a looping animation here is quite easy. We know that the cylinders are 400 centimeters away from each other. So we simply have to move the null here 400 centimeters in our timeline. So I think 50 frames should be enough here. And frame 0, I go to the X here and make a keyframe. Then I go to the last frame and say minus 400, please. Okay. And we need another one, I think, here, because the first frame, you see, this is the first frame. And this is the last frame. So I think we need another collider, so another cylinder here, which should be no problem. Let's make one. Bye-bye. So we go to the connect here. This is the last connect. I copy this one here and bring it over 400 here. 400, 400, 400, 400. Come on, 400. Now I have 400, okay. And of course we need the same for this one. Bring this 400. 400. So when I go now to the first frame, this is the first frame and the last frame. Now you see both look identical. And this is something we need for our loop. We should save this, I guess. So how to name this? Cloned tubes. That's it. And if let's run this now, we should get. All right, let's see. So let's make this edges here, this safe area darker, or this unsafe area. With Shift V, I go to my viewport settings here and save frames, opacity, wanks. So now I see what I have here. Okay, that works. How does it look? Yeah, it's quite the same. Okay. But now I want, it looks a little linear, this whole thing. So let's try to give it a little delay effect. What we could even make, we can make. I don't want to deformation bigger. That's okay. In the cloner, we could utilize a delay effector here. It doesn't matter where the delay effector is here, but normally I put it just above the cloner, so I know it belongs to the cloner. So in the effector tab, I don't want to blend, I want to spring here. Make it very obvious for now. This is of course too much, but with about 55 or so. Yeah. That looks not bad. It's almost what I want, but here I have some intersections. It's maybe 50 is enough, maybe. It should give just a little, yeah, this is better. Just that it looks a little more natural. So, okay, perfect. Save it. And now we need, of course, we need rolling waltzes here. So let's see how we can, let's make a checkerboard texture here. This is a normal physically rendered texture here. Nothing fancy, just normal physical render texture. These are my default textures. So I explained this in the other tutorials often enough, I think. So let's go to checkerboard, surface checkerboard, and drag it on our cylinders here. So, for everyone. So, okay, here we have then one. Okay, and they don't rotate, of course. They do nothing. To rotate them, it's quite easy. I don't want to change this for every cylinder here, so I make the rotation just on one cylinder, and then I make a code. No, yeah, sure. Yeah. So this should be in the coordinates. That's the correct one. Maybe it's 2 times. Just try it. Make it and go to the last frame. And let's say 3 times 360, 1080. Don't know if this is maybe the wrong direction. Yeah, it is the wrong direction. So let's go to minus here. And whoops. It looks okay. So now I would want it on the other cylinders as well. So select them and rigging tag constraint. As you see, all these 3 are selected now. I want it parent. The parent should be this guy here. I only need the rotation here. And now we are not done, because when I do it like this here, we will get a quite funny thing here. This is not what we want. You see the what we have to do is simply in these 3 guys, use frozen, turn it off. Now it works. So and we have, when you see a little hiccup here, this is just the view, but when we render this, we don't see anything. So okay, that looks nice. Save. And now for the tubes, we just use to get different colors. We just use a random effector here. Let's see. We can use here effector, random effector. Sometimes I do it like this. The cloner, I hold my shift key, so I have the random effector inside the cloner, which is wrong, of course. But I don't have to search it here on top. And I simply drag it out and bring it above it. So the random effector you see does something, but I don't want to change the position here. And I never want this at the beginning, so I can deactivate this and say here, edit, save as default preset. Okay, so the next time when I use this random effector, it will come in without position activated. You see it here. It adds to my asset browser here, my things. So okay. That's this, and what I want to randomize is just only the color. Great. So, to render this, I think it's quite easy. I don't have to show that we did this so often, these render things. Uh, yeah, maybe for the physical render, it's easy. You just render it with, make a physical render material, and in the color shader, in the color, you go to MoGraph, color shader, and then bring this on the cloner. So, and now we don't see the thing. I think we have to render this. Let's see. Oops. This is the viewport render settings, but I want normal render settings. I do it now without a GI just to show, to see if it works. Here we have to do the same as for 607.5. Okay. And if I render this now, we have the interactive render region. Yeah, you see, it gives us this, but I don't want these colors here. So I bring this in a colorizer. This is now black and white. And here I can simply use a preset or something else what I want. I can use my own colors, whatever you want. This is for the physical render. And yeah, patrons can of course download the project file later on. And in the project files you will find rendered versions, so you can watch it a little closer. And yeah, and for Octane it's almost the same. And when I make an Octane material, here I have my Octane materials, a universal material, go to my node editor, and here the albedo MoGraph color shader, you see, and bring this on the cloner and render it with Octane. You see we have the same here, and here we do exactly the same. We bring in a colorizer in the between. Color, should write it correct. Colorizer, here I have it. So this should be now black and white, and when I use, see, we get exactly the same here. And this is still the physical material, so we see here this blurriness, and but we needed other material, of course, for this. So let's go, instead of this material, we can make whatever material we want. So let's see, we have the material packs. Yeah, on Patreon you will find material packs for physical render and Octane. So let's see what we could use here. Oh, maybe something like this could be funny. Let's drag it, bring it in here. So, and I drag it simply over the other material. So I hold my Alt key and bring it above it. So, and here, let's go to the node editor. In my materials, normally you get everywhere the transforms and things like this. So let's go. I hope it did not crash now. You really should not work fast. It crashed, I guess. Let's wait a second. Maybe it comes back, but I guess not really. No, it crashed. But you have the idea, you got the idea. So, but in this case, I wouldn't make it with an opacity map. would use just a bump or something else. But I have to start new, so I'm back in a second. And HDRI. The HDRIs you will find on my Patreon as well. Well. So let's try this one here and drag it in. Boom, boom. Yeah, nice. Okay, saves and use material, metal material, and we set this here, drag it over, drag it in, and then I drag it over the material I want to exchange and hold my Alt key, and whoops. Okay, save. And now I go to the transform. First of all, I want to so, and now I make it very slow so that don't get any problems. Save. I could use this here, but the roughness is here. Okay, yep, this is nicer. And I don't have to use it with the, oh come on, what's wrong here? Good. So I don't have to use the opacity map here. Let's see. I only want to use the normal map, so I can disable this one. And of course this should work. It rotates. Yeah, I quite like this. Why not? Okay, I think I go with this one. But you see, we have lots more. We have the same here in the copper. But I think this looks quite nice here. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's it, more than less. We have our animation. Okay. That's nice. Save it. Okay, as I said, patrons can download later. If it's not online, if it's not on Patreon, the moment where I bring out this tutorial, simply wait a little bit. I will upload it, but I don't know if I have time after this tutorial because I got a phone call and I have to leave a little bit. But it will be definitely this day will be online. So link in the description to Patreons and everything, you know. And yeah, I hope you like this one. And again, I really apologize that I had such a long break, but I just needed it. So there is no excuse, no nothing. I just needed the break. And yeah, if you have requests, if you have complaints, if you have questions, whatever, please let me know here in the comments or on Facebook group, Facebook site, website, email, blah, blah. You will find me. And yeah, on Patreon, you can download all the project files of my tutorials. You have additional tutorials. I think now at the moment it's about 150 or so Patreon only tutorials. So there is a lot to do. I have on my on my on my on my how is it called this here. Here I have a small video with this is a 70-minute video, but you don't with all the just with the uh, examples or the tutorials on Patreon, like this one. I really love this one. and yeah, you will find a lot of them. Link in the description, of course, everywhere. And this is about, I don't know, I think 64 hours of tutorials or so, only on Patreon. And here on YouTube, meanwhile, I have about, don't know, I think over 400. So this is okay. Yeah, here you will find the links, and in this video you will see all the links to the Patreons. Maybe if you would like a tutorial, here you simply click on the tutorial thing, and that's it. Like say you want this stretch me tutorial, and then you will come directly to the Patreon post, and. So okay, that's enough. Good. So again, thanks for watching, and hope you like it. Hope you are happy like me that I'm back. And I wish you all the best here from Austria, Vienna, and just say Tschüss und Baba.